Hi everyone. Today I'm walking you through advanced company settings in QuickBooks Online. We're continuing our setup of the fictional business SkyTrail Aero Services LLC. This company offers flight training, aerial tours, and aircraft maintenance. If you missed the last video, we covered the basic company setup and shared a company information checklist. You'll find that checklist in the description below, so feel free to copy and paste it into your notes and fill it out if you haven't already. And if you need a refresher, click here to watch the basic setup video. I'm Catherine Silverio, owner of Silver Bullet Bookkeeping. I come from an aviation background and now I help aviation professionals, business owners stay financially organized and in control. And that includes DPEs, mechanics, aircraft owners, and consultants. Let's dive into the settings. Click the gear icon in the top right corner. Let's open subscription and billing first. This tells us which QuickBooks plan we're using. For SkyTrail Aero Services, we're using QuickBooks Online Plus. You'll also see options to add time tracking, QuickBook payments, check ordering, and payroll. Payroll also takes care of your federal and state payroll taxes. Let's click that gear icon again. Now go to your company and select Account and Settings. Let's start with the Sales tab. Click the pencil icon to begin editing. Here's a quick tip. Click the question mark right here next to any setting for a short explanation. We're in the Sales Form Contents section. Okay, preferred invoice terms. If you drop this down, you may choose net 10, net 15, net 30, or due on receipt. Net just means how many days your client has to pay, and net 30 is standard, so we're going to leave it at that. Preferred delivery method, leave this as none for now. Shipping, turn this on if you deliver physical products. I'm leaving it off. Custom fields. Edit this later on, not now. And you can do that by going back to the gear icon. Under Lists, Custom Fields. We're skipping that for now. Okay, moving along, Custom Transaction Numbers. Turn this on if you want to use your own numbering. Service date. Leave it off unless you want to track when services were performed separately from the invoice date. Discounts and deposits. Enable if you offer them. Accept tips. I'm going to leave this off, and it usually isn't needed in aviation. Tags. We're going to skip this because I prefer projects or classes for tracking. More on that later. Then hit Save. Invoice payments. You should activate this if you want to accept payments online. I can't right now because this is a fictional account. Under Payment Instructions, you can say something like, Contact SkyTrail Aero Services to pay. Then hit Save. I'm not touching financing. Products and services. Show product service column. You want to turn this on. Show SKU column. Leave this off. Most aviation businesses don't use SKUs. SKU stands for Stock Keeping Unit, a unique ID used to track products or services. Price rules. This is a good one. Turn this on to offer discounts or special pricing. Here are a few ideas. 10% off ground school in July. 15% discount for VIP clients. Or $50 off for every 3 oil changes. To create a price rule, I'm showing you this from a different tab, by the way. Click the gear icon again. Under Lists, select All Lists. Choose Price Rules. Click the Create a Rule button. Okay, I'm going to go back to the previous tab now. Track quantity and price rate. Turn this on. Track inventory. Turn on if you sell parts or supplies. I'm leaving it off. Then hit Save. Guys, if this is starting to feel like a bit much and you'd rather focus on growing your business instead of digging into all these settings, feel free to call, text, or email me. I'd be happy to help you get set up or even handle the bookkeeping for you. You don't have to do it alone. Okay, we're going to move on to progress invoicing. We'll leave late fees off. Let's click on the pencil icon for progress invoicing. Okay, this lets you bill in phases, great for long jobs. Let's say you run an aircraft maintenance shop and quote $3,000 for an annual inspection. First invoice, 30% upfront, that's $900. Second invoice, after inspection, that's $1,000. Final invoice, upon completion, that's $1,100. So you're billing based on actual work completed, and your client sees the progress and what they still owe. It's kind of neat. Messages. Edit your default invoice messages here. For example, you can say something like, "We appreciate your business. Please find your invoice attached." You can also include your business tagline somewhere here. Then hit save. Reminders. If you don't want to manually contact clients, turn this on to send automatic reminders. I'm leaving it off for now since this is a demo. For online delivery, you can show full details and attach a PDF. For statements, let's list transaction as a single line, then hit save. All right, we're done with sales. Let's move on to the expenses tab. Click the pencil icon. Show items table on expense and purchase forms. Oh, you want that on. Show tags field on expense and purchase forms. You'll remember that we left tags off in the previous section, so if you leave this on or off, doesn't really matter. Track expenses by customer, on. Make expenses and items billable. Okay, so this lets you pass on costs to your customer and get reimbursed. Let's say you buy an oil filter for $50 for a client's plane. You enter it as an expense. Check billable and select the customer. Later, QuickBooks Online reminds you to add it to an invoice. You can even mark it up. Turn on Charge Sales Tax to track on billable expenses and hit save. Purchase orders. Leave this off unless you track inventory. Messages. Only needed if you use purchase orders. QuickBooks Time. We're skipping this in the demo. Now let's head to the Advanced tab. Click the pencil icon next to the accounting method. For SkyTrail Aero Services, we're using accrual accounting. How do I know? Well, it's right here on our company information checklist. See? Here's a quick breakdown. Use cash basis. If you're a solo instructor, you get paid right away. You don't track invoices. That's accounts receivables, or bills. That's accounts payables. But if you invoice clients, have large or ongoing expenses, or want a more accurate financial picture, then accrual is the better choice. It's what most aviation small businesses use and what I recommend. Customer label. Choose what fits your business best. Clients is good for schools or mechanics. Customers, that's good for tours or rentals. Donors are for nonprofits, and patients, of course, are for hospitals or clinics. So we'll stick to clients. Hit save. Accounting. January is the first month of fiscal year according to our company information checklist. First month of income tax year is the same as fiscal year. We already discussed the accounting method. Now here's close the books. What does this mean? Well, when you close the books, no one can edit transactions before that date. You have two options: allow changes with a warning and password protect changes. Now this is important. This password is not the same as your QuickBooks Online login. It's a new password just for this feature. If you forget it, you'll need to contact QuickBooks to reset it. So I'm saving you the hassle here by telling you you absolutely need to remember this password, okay? But we're not closing the books just yet. We'll do that in a future lesson. We're going to turn that off. Click Save and let's move on. Tax form. We already covered this in the basic setup video. Chart of accounts. Turn on account numbers, show account numbers, and leave the tips account blank. We'll set up the chart of accounts in the next video. Categories. Yes, we want to track classes. We want to be warned when a transaction isn't assigned a class. Now, if you don't have multiple income streams like SkyTrail's Aero services, you may leave this off. So how do we set up class tracking? To add your classes, I'm showing you another tab here, by the way. Go back to the gear icon. Under Lists, click All Lists. Select Classes. Click the New button to create a class. Name your class something useful like Flight Training, and that includes instructor hours, ground school, check ride prep. And another class could be Aerial Tours, and that involves sightseeing or photo flights. And another class can be Aircraft Maintenance. That's for inspections, parts, oil changes. Now this is optional. Turn on is a subclass if you want to group them. Then hit Save. Creating classes lets you run profit and loss reports by department or service type. You'll see what's working and what's not. Let's go back to my other tab and continue. Location tracking. Leave this off unless you have multiple sites. Automation. Pre-fill forms with previously entered content on. Automatically apply credits on. Automatically invoice unbilled activity off. Automatically apply bill payments off. And hit Save. Projects. What are projects in QuickBooks Online? Projects are a feature in QuickBooks that lets you track income, expenses, and profitability for specific jobs, clients, or events, all in one place. Think of a project as a container where you collect everything related to a particular job. Let's say you run SkyTrail Aero services and you take on these jobs. An annual inspection for a Piper Archer, a 5-week private pilot ground school for 3 students, a custom aerial photography tour for a real estate company. Each of these could be a separate project in QuickBooks Online. This can help you track profitability. So how do we use projects? Let me show you my other tab again. In the left menu, go to Projects. Click New Project. Name your project. For example, Piper Annual, April 2025. Assign it to a customer. Hit Save. I'm not entering real details for now. Start adding transactions like invoices, expenses, bills, time entries, journal entries if needed. Now all the financial activity for that project is grouped and visible in one place. Now let's go back to my other tab. Currency. Let's keep it in US dollars and multi-currency off. Check your other preferences. We want to be warned if a duplicate check number is used, if I enter a bill number that's already been used for that vendor, and if a duplicate number is used. So on for all of these things. Hit Save. Don't forget to click Done in QuickBooks so that all of your entries and hard work gets saved. You don't want to lose any of that progress. That's it for advanced company settings. Up next, we'll build a custom chart of accounts for SkyTrail Aero services. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode. Here's to clear skies and clean books. This is Catherine from Silver Bullet Bookkeeping signing off.